So the students left, and I wanted to look at Sandre's board one more time, just, because before handing it back and saying this is definitely a no-fix board. So this is the board that we've been working on all day, the Norwegian board that we've just thrown the shops of Norway under the bus for potentially shorting VCC main into the I2c line right there at the backlight driver, because the board had really no other signs of damage, and we've replaced the TriStar chip, Tigris chip, pulled the backlight driver, and that's really all of the signature ways that that board could have become a dead board. And so I looked at it really closely, and guess what I saw? On the resistor, that R0303 resistor, the I2c line resistor, I looked at it under the microscope, and it had a tiny hairline crack in the resistor. So I replaced it, and let's kind of show you what happened. So let's look under the microscope, and I'll show you this. So this is the same board. This is Sandre's board that we've been working on, and there's the missing backlight driver. I'm going to flip it around, and there's the I2c ball that we measured in diode mode. And then I was looking at it, and this resistor, the I2c resistor, had a tiny, tiny, tiny crack. So I decided to change it. So I took the hot tweezers, I lifted it off, and I put another one on there. So now, here's the deal. So now we're going to see what happens. Here's the deal. That cracked resistor makes an open line. So that's going to make an open line, leaving the CPU and going everywhere else that I2c line goes. So with a crack in it, that line was open. So what we've established is that yes, you can kill a CPU if you short VCC main into that I2c line back into the CPU. It can actually get killed. However, what we've seen with this crack is that by replacing it, let me show you what the phone does on DC power now. So I'm going to plug in a dock. I'm going to plug in DC power with the replaced resistor, and we've also solved any other problem. We've changed TriStar, changed Tigris. There's no shorts. And I'm going to plug in a screen. Now it doesn't have a backlight driver, so we won't be able to see anything on the screen. Let's plug in the screen. All right, so here's the phone. Now I'm going to prompt it to boot. So we've been doing this all day, prompting it to boot, and we've been seeing that flicker. The CPU just kind of 0.08. That's been the behavior all day of this phone. And now I am prompting it to boot. I'm going to pull out the cable, and DC power is acting normally. Who knew? So let's see if I can pull the backlight away from the screen. And I don't know if you guys can see this or not.
Yep, they can see it.
Apple logo. It's booting. Apple logo. And there it is at the passcode screen. So that means this phone is actually fixed. So this phone's primary fault, we don't know what its original problem was. Maybe it had a VCC main short to begin with. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But what we have established here is that the repair shops of Norway, the 3 that it went to before it came to Sandre, who then brought it here, while they can't solder for shit, while they replaced this cap, and who knows if they ever needed to replace it or not, while they did that, and the missing resistor there, they knocked that off and didn't bother to put it back. What they did that we missed all day long is made a mechanical hairline crack in the I2c resistor. So they did not short VCC main into the I2c line. They just cracked the resistor. So maybe it needed TriStar all along. That was the primary fault. I don't know. But what we did was replace TriStar, replace Tigris, and now we replaced the missing front camera resistor and pulled the backlight driver, and now replaced the cracked I2c line resistor, and that has solved the phone. So we've proved the opposite of what we were thinking. Yes, we've proved that you can kill a CPU by shorting VCC main into the I2c line because we killed the other phone. But we also proved that the shops of Norway did not murder this phone in that way. They did not actually short VCC main into the I2c line. So I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put a backlight driver on this phone just so that it can look like a phone again. And that's the only thing that's left wrong with this. So I'm going to do that. You can tell me if anything, whether everybody thinks that we're idiots now. So it turns out that we're all idiots. Surprise, surprise.
What we learned is the reason why the symptoms didn't match up is because the problems weren't the same.
Yep.
We learned that at least one symptom of shorting VCC main into that line is 150 milliamp draw.
Yep.
And we learned that that resistor being missing or damaged is 0.007 milliamp draw.
Yes. Yep. So but that actually kind of surprised me because I've seen that thing gone before, and it's been like a 70 milliamp phone.
Yeah, I agree. So
that's a little bit of a weird finding. So it does mean though that the 0 point that flicker means dead CPU. CPU could not talk on that line, and that phone was not okay with that.
Let's see. So VCC killed the resistor. That was before we started.
I think what killed the resistor is mechanical damage from whoever was putting that cap on that knocked off the other resistor. Mm-hmm. So this was the next one in line that got a hairline crack from whatever happened that knocked off that first resistor, which was soldering that cap poorly in that area. And whatever tool they used, it could have just been during their shield removal, poking in the tweezers, knocked off the first resistor and gave a little crack to the second one in line. All right, so what I'm doing now...
Just a lot of congratulations. Good job.
Oh, excellent.
What beer am I drinking?
What beer are you drinking? We're on the microscope now.
I'm drinking a Southern Tier double IPA.
So I'm going to just clear this out so that it can... what do you think Sandre is going to think in the morning?
He's going to be ecstatic.
I know he really wanted this phone to work, so I think that's really great. He'll be able to go back to Norway and say to the other shops, ha ha ha, suckers.
The only way it could be better is if...
we noticed this back at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
That's the thing though. Like, I really believe that the less we fix, the more we learn. And that's so true. Like, these guys... Like when we did that whole colonoscopy of the 5V charger voltage, like we would not have done that if we had noticed this cracked resistor and just, said, hey, look at that. Do you think that would cause a problem? Yeah, okay, let's change it. Then the phone would have been fixed. Unless it was a TriStar problem all along.
That's what I think. I think it was a TriStar problem.
I bet it was too. I think so too. I think so too. But maybe not. Maybe it was a VCC main short that they solved that short, and then they had like no explanation. I mean, we missed, we missed that resistor had a hairline crack in it.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense now with the other one being knocked off and they're so tight together.
Yeah, that
one
a
would also do
tweezer that
damage.
knocked, if you poked a tweezer, I mean, look at what that would take. Just poke a tweezer in here during shield removal, that you're going to crack that next one in line. Totally makes sense. So we're going to just clear this off. Do you want to grab me a backlight driver from the kit behind me? From Mark's amazing iPad rehab, supply kit.
You are out of backlight drivers in this kit. They're in the other one that I stole from you.
Wait, you sold me a kit and then stole shit out of it? Wow. Damn. Ruthless.
That's how I roll.
I guess so.
Here we go.
If
iPhone
you
6
didn't join, we would have solved this ages ago, Michael Oberdick. I would like to look back at the chat and see who called cracked resistor.
I don't remember anybody calling
I don't
that.
think anybody called cracked hairline crack in the resistor.
All right, you don't fuck up. There's only one left.
I'm a pro, man. I never make a mistake, ever. Never. I never miss anything.
No, never
I never overlook anything. I never do the wrong thing for a long time. And I never fuck up a backlight driver.
Yeah, Ben Nash says Chris Long called an I2c issue.
Well, we called an i2c issue. That was the whole point of the video.
Yeah.
But you got to call cracked resistor, which is what everybody missed. Good night, Sharon. All right, so let's get this on. Can't see the live chat, so you have no proof that I didn't. Oh, we have the live chat on the other computer, so yeah, we can. We can scroll. We can still scroll. All right.
I believe I remember Oberdick suggesting it was the coil.
I believe that Oberdick copied and pasted Chris Long's suggestion. That's what I believe happened. About farts? Yes, this could have been fart damage. I mean, I guess if it was in a back pocket, that a particularly hellacious fart. I always hate taking the last one off because of that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
it's like you just know, like, it's gonna happen. All right, pretty sure the dot is in the top right.
Yes, it is.
So we don't need to check on that. We're confident.
Remember when we were looking at what that ball was? It was A1.
Yeah, A1. Okay. All right. Then we don't need to check. All right. Jessa's probably going to need a beer after done fixing the phone. Jessa does not drink beer during ever, really. I haven't had a beer in a very long time. Margarita? Sure.
And I wouldn't really count Miller Lite as a beer.
When are you going to drink the Keystone and the 2 Miller Lights
Never.
that are sitting in? Well, come on.
I
mean,
I will drink a Busch Light before I drink a Keystone.
Would you drink Underdog's urine?
the shop wine.
Yeah, where's the shop wine?
That's still in the fridge, and
Is
I
it?
will drink. I'll drink the crap out of the shop wine.
We should all drink the shop wine.
That sounds better than a trust fall rock.
The trust fall? You don't want to do the trust fall?
Well, you have to drink the wine before you do the trust fall.
Yeah.
That
That's when you really put the trust fall concept.
That sounds like a good idea.
Are we even on microscope too?
Don't fuck it up.
I know, but these tweezers are so jacked.
I know this.
Almost worth getting up. It's almost worth getting up to get another pair of tweezers.
My $60 tweezers are now 2 hooks, like curved all the way back on themselves, courtesy of TSA.
Crochet hooks? Oh God, courtesy of TSA.
Yeah.
lot of travel. I don't know about this. Margarita, Jessa, after fixing the phone. It's a little bit late. How about bed?
Chris Long says he wants to buy some cheap, good tweezers. I have some in my van.
But like in his jacket, like, hey, you're buy some.
Yeah, I'm the pass. Chris Long's supposed to be sending me a shirt that says "It's always the coil."
Yeah, I saw that shirt. I just want to like kind of print the back of these shirts to say, "It's never the coil," and then on the back it would say, unless you have a short on backlight anode and it's a 6, in which case you'll have 20% backlight, or a 6S.
Or if you're Lewis.
You know what? Lewis's coils are filters.
100%
Here's how
of
Lewis
his coils have gone onto his YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but his problem is that he will call filters coils in order to qualify as it's the coil.
Yeah.
Which is totally
But
cheating.
he does get some legit
He does,
liquid damage
I guess so.
coils.
Yeah, all right. Okay, let's see if that backlight driver works. Do we have a housing? I kind of want to like see this actually be a phone. Fuck it.
No. What we've got is like 3 minutes.
Gotcha. Yes.
That's about how long it's going to take me.
How long what's gonna take you?
For alcoholic Mark to chug down a disgusting beer from the
Okay.
from the grocery store.
I thought that meant it was how long it takes it.
To change a backlight driver?
No. I thought we were talking something totally different.
Oh, I see. If he needs 3 minutes of sunshine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. All right. Finally, ta-da! It's a phone again. Boot, motherfucker, boot. Sandre, if you're watching, I think you're gonna get good news in the morning. Sorry, all of Norway. You guys are awesome. Your powerful electricity. Watching from the bar. Guess what? All right. Hey, Sandre, text me the passcode. Yeah, look, it's all in Opki Code. iPhone. Krever at du Opker. Yeah, there we go. Backlight's working and everything. So there you go. We have fixed the phone that we started working on at the beginning of class today. Wasn't this the first one we looked at?
I think so.
I think, yeah. So again, with at least with the course, the less you fix, the more you learn. I totally believe he's getting.
It is nice to have it be fixed in the end.
It is nice. It is nice to have it be fixed in the end. It's nice for the student to go home with the brag rights phone to show the other shops, and it's nice that we learned something. We did learn that you can kill the CPU with a short from VCC main into the I2c line, which likely means that you can kill the CPU with a VCC main short into any line in the CPU. The way that presented itself was with 150 milliamp steady current, and the loss of the hairline crack in the I2c resistor led to a flickering, like real dead CPU looking appearance, which is super low current. It's not a steady draw. It's a flickering, super low. So we kind of learned that as well. And the course learned all about TriStar and all of the defects that you can get from bad chargers, which we're going to talk more about tomorrow. They're going to all do their TriStar jobs tomorrow. And the phone's fixed. So
it's interesting that there wasn't that much variance in diode mode readings between good I2C line, cracked resistor, and burned CPU.
Right. Yes. Yep. There was some, but not very much. So, said you were going home. What? We are definitely going home. And now
That's a good
it's
idea.
time to go home and go to sleep. So, sorry, Norway. You guys are awesome. Oh,
But
by
you
the
do
way,
ruin resistors.
come to the course and we'll teach you how to actually solder.